All right, Cameron, you just made a meal. So one moment. All right. So yeah, I'm getting down to the point where I'm like, man, I'm really about to finish up this brokerage license, and I'm like, man, what if I kind of had some loose ideas on directions I was going to take after I finished this brokerage license and throughout the rest of this year. So I'm just what comes to mind is I was talking with a friend of mine. He was like, man, I told him I wanted to go back to school. Man, why do I have to turn on right now? I don't know if that's a sign or not a sign or something, but yeah, to that point. I'm really talking to him. I'm like, man, yeah. Main reason being to be around other people, and yeah, really just I guess attract people with a similar mindset. But I was being honest with myself. I'm like, man, I could only do like one class a semester, like nothing else more than that. And he's like, it will take you 20 years to get your degree. I'm like, so I would just pay for it up front, pay for the class up front, and then just take it as I choose. But the point of this video is, and even well, before I get to that, even my sister was like, yeah, Cam, you're young, you don't have any kids, you don't have any major responsibilities. You could do that. And then my friend was like, yeah, can you get a salary job in real estate? I'm like, yeah, I could, but I mean, I wouldn't actually. It's weird how he thinks like a salary job is like, I get residual income every single month. So that is quote unquote a salary. Cause yeah, I mean, it literally is a salary. I get residual income every month. So yeah, I'm already on salary. So the thing is though, like, what if I can't go back to school? Or like, what do people do like when they've already gone to school? They start working. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's that response that they start working is like a generic response, and I'm not generic. One reason being that I'm an investor. So I've actually met this guy in real life. He's an investor. He manages funds of money for other trust funds for people who have trust funds and their kids. He would manage their funds, so they would need to be making like 100 million or something like that, and flip it or grow it at like 6 to 10% on an annual basis. So what he does now that he's like in his 40s, this is when I was living in California. I met him, so it was a really good experience. So what he does now is he has like a lawn chair and like a outdoor patio furniture, and he sits outside all day. And I bet that he just sits outside, drinks himself some beer, and goes through the stock market. He was telling me how he had made 10,000 just trading. I think it was trading the video, or he was trading Sunder. He just made a couple bands. And And like that's really just kind of how it goes about his day. Like he's at home. He likes his outside space. He sit outside and he's just looking at stocks, trading them, buying them, and I'm like, that's pretty much what I would be doing. Like whether or not it's in my office or whether or not it's like I get some yard furniture out here, I'll be sitting in the yard, just be going through stocks and stock tickers, taking notes here and there. I mean, I do know a lot of like financial wizardry. Put it like this, I know a lot of financial spells, but I haven't used any of them. Yeah, like buying companies out of bankruptcy or arbitrage. And I guess like that would continue depending on like if I was to build an audience or bring in some advisors to help advise me. Up and until I just like start buying straight entire companies, whether or not they're public or private. And then I would, I guess, re-enter the public scene, because like the thing that's like the least attractive about that to me is that I'm not interacting with people on a daily basis, which is something I've grown to enjoy. Whether or not it's like friends or just clients, I do like meeting new people. Probably put too much water in this. Something. So I could like not give that up and just have more social friends on wherever. But I like in-person interactions. So I definitely want to be around people physically. Excuse me. I don't know if most people feel that way. Maybe they don't. Those aren't the people for me. So yeah, there's that. The other aspect of that though is that with me being out here in the yard, I'd have a lot of time to just do my exercises, do my workouts, lift weights, get my body into a very top condition, because I'm almost 25. I'm about to be 25 in the next 2 months. And I really like, my goal years ago, like when I was 19, was to be in the best shape of my life at 25. So I do have the time to devote, which would be like an hour and a half to 2 hours a day to doing that. I do have the time now. And I'm just looking back on, I'm unpackaging my past and the decisions I've made. And part of the reason why I dropped out of school, one, was because I had hundreds of thousands of dollars liquid in cash. The other reason was I was selling real estate pretty much full time after school, and I was also in the reserves. And I was like, man, this school thing is making me dumber. Plus, I felt like I knew what to do with the money. I apprised myself of being a better manager than I actually was. Which is not to say I'm not a good manager, but I just took a lot of risk. Which, you know what? No, I guess in hindsight, like when you get a windfall of money and you have a lot of money, that's the money you really do want to take all the risk on. Cause it's like you really, I mean, I guess in some way, it's like it came by chance. You lost it on a chance, but you learned, got a lot of experience. Like, so I look at it like that. I did the right thing. I got, some money, took a big chance on it, and it pretty much paid off for like 50-50. I would say it pretty much paid off about half of the way. So, yeah, I think I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with how that entire It's still going with that. Those decisions I make are still unfolding. They will continually unfold into my life forever. So I don't have like I'm not going to be selling real estate though. That's the thing. I feel like I've completed my karmic cycle of wanting to push the real estate super heavy, super hard when the market is not receiving of it. And I mean, I already know, like, even throughout all of this time pushing the real estate, doing the investments, I've been picking up all of this information just about stocks and trading and investing. Even though it wasn't my focus, like, it literally was not my focus. And I'm getting like a lot of information. Like, I went to Berkshire Hathaway's meeting. This dude literally is, Warren Buffett makes all of his money investing money. Doing exactly as I described earlier. Sitting down, sitting on his hands, researching stocks, buying them at pennies on the dollar. And then during so-called market corrections, selling out at a profit. So there's definitely, the productivity is there. The man is the richest man on the planet. Funny enough, his company is also one of the largest employers on the planet. Even though he's like nowhere to be seen. Funny. And yeah, that's true. I've always said about myself, like, I'm the one giving other people jobs. And like, this guy's actually doing it, but not in the way that I would initially believe it to be done. Or I had believed it to be done. So yeah, that's another thing. This time period in my life is a period of changing beliefs. Getting rid of old beliefs and I guess bringing in new beliefs if necessary. But yeah, but definitely dropping the old beliefs that aren't producing or stagnating. The other thing is writing. So one of my talents I need to explore is writing. Like, I literally dream every night. I've said this in a lot of different videos. And I could just take my time and just turn those into stories. Whether they're short stories, whether they're novels, screenplays, and it doesn't matter. Like, just taking the time to make them into something. I mean, they're already something, but to package them into something. Yeah. And I mean, I could definitely do that at the same time as I'm doing my stock research. The thing that gets me the most is that, like, and this is gonna sound wild. This is gonna sound crazy. Like, when I broke my legs, right? When I was in that car accident and I broke both my legs, I was confined to a wheelchair. I couldn't walk. I was literally in a wheelchair. And that was a very depressing time in my life. So depressing. Like, I don't know if people think my dick didn't work or if I would ever be able to get out of the chair. I couldn't go to the restroom by myself. And I was like, bro, I need to get out of this chair so I can walk again. Please, God. And at this time of my life, many of the skills I have, I would fulfill by sitting down, taking a seat. like sitting down writing, sitting down doing research on stocks. I'm even sitting down making this video as a quote unquote blogger. So there's probably some limiting beliefs in that entire experience of just being confined to a wheelchair. But it really didn't have anything to do with that. Like, my muscles were healing. My bones were healing, actually. My muscles also were healing because they cut me open. So they're just a whole deep wound. And it's like, now I'm back in the chair writing, or cause I'm thinking like, man, like at that time I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be able to attract any women. I'm just stuck in this chair. They think I'm lesser than. And it's like all the stuff that I would do requires me sitting down. It doesn't require, but like I'm probably gonna be sitting down doing these things, and they're gonna make me more than. It's so funny how life goes. Yeah. So it's probably like that new thought. These new thoughts are trying to come in, and that old thought, they're like like an earthquake. So I probably need to unlearn the negative attributes of that experience, because if I'm out here like sitting at my yard table, I can still be standing up and running around and jogging, and like I can jog now. Before I couldn't even run years ago. Now I can run pretty much normally, and I can just have my I'm pointing at like where my weight bench, and like I would put a squat rack and probably put a punching bag. I can have all that and still be mobile. But for a long time, for a very dark period of my life, I was immobile. There's no but. However, I was immobile during that period. But I think that's just one of the things that it just takes time it really just takes time. So my point in this video is, what if I can't go back to school? What then will I do with my time? I mean, it seems like I'm pretty much just like nailing it right here in this video. Just make art, get my residuals every single month, write books, study the stock market, exercise. Then when it's time for me to buy another property, I pop out and buy another property. The thing is, though, that those skills, which are I would consider extremely high level, writing, research, are solo skills. Like, well, I mean, actually, no. Let me not lie to myself. Because I have the book that tells me that even when I'm doing my research, I still need advisors, and to contact my advisors regularly so that they can look over my research. So, Cameron, don't lie to yourself and tell yourself it's just you out here, you're just alone. No, that's not the case. That is it's faulty reasoning. No man is an island unto himself. So, I guess since I got that part out of the way, then probably the best use of my time would be exactly how I'm spending it. Leisurely, one. Maybe not leisurely. I do like intensity. Yeah. But that intensity, man, last time I said that, I almost got hit by a van. But I dodged it. I dodged the van. Crazy guy driving. other thing I said, I was gonna be a billionaire at 25. And I was telling that to people. And, you know, not, I mean, they took like, you know, I had a bad mentor who was like, I can get you there, but I didn't ask the right questions.